When you keep posting with 0 views, something subtle starts to change. Not on your channel, but in you. It's where your voice strengthens, your clarity sharpens, and your patience deepens. Because when your audience finally arrives, you already know who you are on camera. You realize the algorithm isn't your enemy, it's your mirror.
Every creator dreams of growth. But what I think most people don't realize is that it starts way before the numbers show up. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what those quiet beginnings mean and how they're setting you up for your biggest breakthrough.
There's this moment every creator faces, that gut punch reality check when your first video goes live and nothing happens. No views, no comments, just silence. When I uploaded my first video, I remember refreshing my analytics almost every hour. I thought maybe it just hasn't updated yet. I'd spent months studying everything, SEO, thumbnails, scripting, editing, convinced that my time of studying guaranteed results. But when the views stayed at 0, reality hit. That's when I learned what I call now the root phase, the season where you can't see the progress because it's happening beneath the surface. Think of it like a tree. Before we ever notice its branches, it spends months pushing roots deep into the soil, anchoring itself so it can weather future storms. Your channel is the same way. Every upload, every rewrite, every retake, it's building your unseen foundation. You're learning resilience, discipline, patience, and you're developing 2 of the most valuable skills Warren Buffett says a person can have: communication and writing. Buffett once said, "If you can't communicate, it's like winking at a girl in the dark. Nothing happens." He meant that no matter how talented or smart you are, your ideas only go as far as your ability to express them clearly. In YouTube, it's the ultimate training ground for that. Because when you make videos, you're not just talking to a lens. You're learning to articulate your thoughts. You're practicing how to take an idea that's swirling in your mind and translate it into something your audience can feel. You're sharpening clarity, learning to deliver your message in a way that's both simple and significant. And writing is where your ideas take shape. It teaches you how to structure your thoughts, find rhythm in your message, and make meaning out of noise. It's how you hold someone's attention, sentence by sentence, from start to finish. These aren't small skills, they're life skills. The kind that make you better in business, relationships, leadership, and how you show up in every area of life. Because when you combine communication and writing, you don't just get better at YouTube, you get better at everything. You become the kind of person who can inspire, lead, and influence, not because of luck, but because you've learned how to translate what's inside you into something others can understand. So if you're sitting in your 0 view phase right now, remember this: you're not stuck, you're rooting. Here's a small takeaway. Don't aim for viral yet. Aim for visible growth in yourself. After each upload, ask one simple question: what skill did this video strengthen in me? Because once you start tracking growth in skills, not stats, you'll realize you've been growing this whole time. But roots alone aren't enough. They need resistance to grow stronger, and that's where the refining begins. The beginning feels loud. You're excited, motivated, full of ideas, but once that initial high fades, things get quieter. And that's where most people start to drift. They mistake that quiet for stagnation, when really, it's where the real progress begins. Because progress doesn't always announce itself with big numbers or overnight wins. Sometimes it's whispers.
For me, it showed in very small ways. I remember my 3rd video, it took me a lot less time to edit than my very first, which is not posted. I also started hearing my voice back and cringed a lot less. And every once in a while I get a comment and it confirmed that someone is watching my videos.
That's quiet progress. It's easy to overlook, but these small shifts are what build momentum. You start creating faster because you're overthinking less. Your ideas flow easier because you're no longer stuck in perfection mode. You begin trusting your instincts, and that's when you realize you're actually improving. Most creators never make it here because they quit before they can see it. But if you stick through the quiet long enough, you start seeing YouTube differently. You stop chasing numbers and start studying your process. You stop asking, why isn't this growing faster? And start asking, how can I get 1% better next time? And that small shift changes everything. Every upload becomes a mirror. You notice your tone, your energy, your storytelling, even your posture on camera starts to change, because confidence has a way of sneaking in quietly. And here's the mindset part no one tells you. Quiet progress is the most dangerous kind because it doesn't come with applause. It requires you to believe before there's proof. When you learn to grow without external validation, nothing can stop you later. When you can celebrate the small wins, the tighter cuts, the smoother intros, the cleaner thoughts, you start to enjoy the process for what it is, not just what it could become. Here's a tip. After every upload, write one small improvement you noticed, even if it's tiny. Maybe you spoke with more confidence. Maybe your edit flowed better. Maybe you just showed up faster this time. That's your scoreboard. Because quiet progress might not be loud, but it's the sound of becoming who you're meant to be. And eventually, that quiet growth starts to surface. The skills, the mindset, the discipline, they all begin to connect. Now let's talk about the breakthrough. And even though I'm still early in my journey, I've started to feel it, not in my numbers, but in me. The real breakthrough wasn't a viral video. It was the day I realized I didn't fear pressing publish anymore. It was when I started filming because I wanted to, not because I was trying to prove something. Because the more you show up, the more you realize YouTube isn't just about building a channel, it's about building you. That's when growth begins to unfold. Quietly, steadily, not because you demanded it, but because you created space for it. So if you're in your 0 view phase right now, keep posting. You're not behind, you're just becoming. Because before a tree ever reaches the sky, it grows roots deep, enough to hold it there. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more tips like this. I'll see you in the next one.